The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties.
Well, everybody. Good evening, good night, whatever you want to call it. It's Tuesday, the eve of the National Signing Day for college football, January 31st, 2023. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Otis Wiley Jehuu Caulcrick. And this, it's Sparta. Thank you guys, whoever's watching live at the present time. Be sure, go white, Matthew, to click the subscribe and the like button. Both of them. Subscribe really helps us out. And follow us on all of our social media platforms. And this is exactly how to do that.
Thanks for tuning in to This is Sparta MSU. Interested in hearing more from us? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. Click on the link in the bio to head to our link tree for more information. Help us grow our following by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Tell your friends and family to do the same. Have an idea for a future episode? Let us know in the comments section below. And now, back to the show.
Well, guys, hey, this is the eve of signing day. We've got a jam-packed show. We've got a very special announcement with some special guests you guys are going to be waiting on. It's going to be great to hear about the special announcement coming up later on in the show. But on the eve of signing day, guys, David Stone, let's talk about 2024. This does not impact tomorrow's class at all. But the traction that Michigan State is getting right now with David Stone out of IMG Academy from Oklahoma originally is something to be noted.
I'm waiting on JU to say, it don't matter, Sway.
You don't got the answer,
2024, yo.
This is the thing. This is the thing, though. Like, I'm excited about the traction that David Stone's gaining with Michigan State. I'm excited about the love affair that's there between Mel and Dave and his family and Spartan Nation and everything. But the thing that in the back of my mind, I'm like, we got a whole nother year to wait for this. Look at this picture. This is beautiful here.
Listen,
that's a 5-star D lineman right there.
Exactly.
Look, Spartan Stadium with the snow looks lovely, don't it?
That's sweet.
It'll be a big get for us. It'll be a big get for us. I'm hoping, it continues, that love affair continues, and it's going to be predicated on the season that Michigan State have. If we have another lackluster season, we could lose, a guy like that. But if we come out, and have a season like we had a year ago, not this past season, that could attract more people and get him to come here. So I'm excited about it. I think he'll be a great addition to the Spartan Nation.
I'm trying to figure out why we're forceful on getting him to commit, so early. But to your point, JU, if he does, like, that next class is about to be. We already got a strong one that we end up mustering and getting those guys in. But when you look at him, he's the full foundation of the 2024 class. So with his commitment brings other 4 or 5 stars, right? And it almost looks like he's enjoying himself more than his other visits. And for kudos to our equipment staff, Andrew and them, of getting his son hooked up in there because
brother, I think that's a little brother.
Oh, that's his brother. I'm sorry, little brother. My bad, little brother. But when you look at it, like,
giving this guy child support already.
Oh man,
don't put that on that, man.
Little brother. Sorry. But no, kudos to getting him because when we came in like our siblings weren't involved like that. They were just walking.
We didn't
around.
even put the pads on. We just had a jersey that was sitting in the locker.
Oh, that is true. That's true.
It was an absolutely beautiful picture, Katrina.
It was, man. He said, "Bring the stone home, man."
I think hopefully with him, it's a commitment. He's an IMG guy. Hopefully, that is there, kind of like Jordan Hall. He committed early. He stuck with the commitment. Hopefully that's in the water there. And, just they can continue to do that. So if he commits early, it's not a lost cause. It's not like someone's going to come in from the woodwork and try to pull them in with the NIL or different, stipulations and stuff like that. So hopefully it's that same thing like Jordan Hall, who had an early commitment, stuck through the commitment, through the bad of this season, and said, I'm going to come in and be a difference maker. Hopefully that's his thought process coming into East Lansing as well.
Straight, give us a breakdown. Like, you've seen this man close up and in person. Like, you know what he does, you know what he can do. I guess give us some details and breakdown of like who he is as a pass rusher, as a young man, because like you said, we struck gold on every person we brought in, as a young recruit coming in. And like, just talk about the character, but like tell Spartan Nation, like, who is David Stone fully?
Like from my experience in watching David Stone, seeing him, practices, games, in the grocery store. I've been around the kid a lot. This is an explosive athlete. There's no question about it. They call him about 6'4", 270. He's a little bit like almost 6'5" type of player, about 200 and, close to 280 pounds. But it's the way that he comes off the ball and uses his hands and gets off blocks at this age is what's most impressive to me. If you look at film on David Stone, I had the pleasure of watching him at IMG Academy where my son is playing. On the defensive side of the ball, he is just a guy. He's a terror. As an offensive lineman, a former offensive lineman myself, I can tell you that this is a guy that you're gonna like have to really double team consistently, like in the pros. This is a guy, if he continues to progress, will no doubt be a day one pick in the NFL draft because of the way he has the quick twitch and the ability to have a nose for the ball. I've seen him have 4 sack games, guys. I've seen him make the plays early and late when it counts in ball games. The kind of character of a player that everybody, he's from Oklahoma. Okay. So right now it seems to be kind of a 2-school race, a 2.5-school race in Oklahoma, Michigan State, and Miami. You see this quote here. It says, OU, Oklahoma University, is like the place where I'm from, but Michigan State feels like home. It's him talking to the On3 staff. Right now they show Michigan State is a 52.2% leaning crystal ball versus the 44 for Oklahoma. So, guys, this is the guy that you can really build around, knowing the value of defensive linemen. If you don't understand value, look at where the NFL picks. Look at Google pay scales for different positions, and you'll start to compile a picture as where the value is in the sport of football. And obviously, quarterback's number one. But number 2, really close is that defensive line, because that's what the game is predicated on, right, fellas? You need a guy, a franchise quarterback, and a guy that can rush the passer.
Yeah, definitely.
Who does he have that get off like Jerrell Worthy?
Oh yeah, he's a, I guess a more lean, taller, more imposing athlete like that. Like Jerrell was a load now, especially in that one technique, that 2-eye technique. David Stone's more of a for sure 3 technique with his length. I would call like a Chris Jones from Kansas City. He needs to put on weight, obviously.
Right.
But Chris Jones from Mississippi State, that's at Kansas City, the perennial All-Pro. That's the kind of player that you're talking about. With
Do you think Stone's a guy that can, as a freshman, come in and make an impact right away?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. There's not many offensive linemen in the country, like I don't care what level, until you get to the NFL right now, that's going to have an easy time with the David Stone. And this is why, Mel Tucker and Saeed Khalif are putting so many resources in trying to go after David Stone. And, hopefully, I know he has a great relationship with BT, Coach Brandon Jordan, who also has a very close friend that coaches him daily, and he coaches David Stone as well when David was back in Oklahoma. That's how By Job, there's a connection with By Job as well. So look for Michigan State to leverage those relationships in order to land David Stone in 2024.
Now, what they say, OU, Jehuu, Boomer Sooner coming up north, baby.
That's true.
Oklahoma fans can't stand it.
The people are worried. I got people, out there talking, saying, "Hey, what's in the water in East Lansing that's attracting these kids, from here, from our backyard?" People are pissed. in Oklahoma, that these homegrown kids are not staying there. So that's a testament to what Coach Tucker's doing. That's a testament to BT, coming up here and, creating, giving that light that these kids can play at the next level. Because as a coach, what your job is to prepare your guys for the next level. If that's what it is, you want to be at the next level, you want to play at the next level, surround them with people that's going to get you to the next level. And that's what Michigan State did. They brought in pass rush specialists that can do that for these guys. So any D lineman, should be licking their chops to come here because, BT, he works with the pros, and that's where you want to go.
No doubt about it, man. I mean, David Stone, definitely a heavy target that Michigan State is going to continue to pursue. We're going to talk about more of the people that Michigan State are going to be pursuing for tomorrow's signing day. That's February 1st, 2023 for the National Signing Day. After this message from our friends over at IHOP.
At IHOP, the $6 Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity combo is back. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, and 2 fruit-topped pancakes. Only from IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every order. Dine in only. Limited time at participating locations. Prices may vary.
When you join IHOP's new rewards program, the International Bank of Pancakes, and start stacking pan coins toward free food, you get a smile on your plate. Download the app and join the rewards program today.
Well,
I'm going to need more syrup than that on my pancake, boy. I like to put that thing on there.
You like that? You like that syrup?
Yeah, I like that syrup on that pan. But the thing is, I like fake syrup better than real syrup.
What's fake
syrup?
Huh? What do you mean, what's fake syrup? Aunt Jemima's fake syrup.
Well, that's discontinued. So, I mean, like
Mrs. Buttersworth. That's fake syrup. But like the real one is, us, from Canada, you go into the tree and tap the tree and you get the, serpent season. So.
Oh, man. Okay, Lord, this always makes me hungry. Bring me those pancakes.
I thought we were going to get some Liberia stuff. You talking Canada. I get all right. Hey, man. It is Tom Izzo's birthday a day ago. We got to celebrate Tom Izzo. Hey, happy birthday, Coach Izzo. We don't know how old Coach is, but it's look, the guy is an agent. He's
he got Benjamin Button disease, man.
On that court.
Benjamin Button disease, man. He don't age, man. He's going. Oh man.
And look at this. I mean, they have he's a grandpa to be with a new baby girl
on his birthday. That's a great birthday, man. That's
great birthday.
Grandpappy. Now, Jehuu, what do you think about that?
Coach Izzo's 68, by the way, and think about this kid that's coming and all the stories that Coach Iz has picked up, all the sayings, all the people he's been around. Talk about his collection of Grandpappy's sayings and stories. It's going to be absolutely insane. So that's really cool.
So we have to get him on This Is Sparta, or get her on This Is Sparta in about, I don't know, what's child labor laws? 18 years?
Child labor laws.
I mean, man. Okay. So, the word is that sources say Tom Izzo is 68 years old now.
We'll never know. Well, we do know. We know.
And Coach, all right, talking about celebrations. There's a celebration in Philly for one of Michigan State's own. Josiah Scott is going to the Super Bowl, fellas.
Man, this is great to see. Like, when he got his first interception, we covered that. And you almost not say you forgot about him, but he has been consistent in that secondary of, being a vital piece for their Super Bowl bound team. And so, one, I'm still mad at our boy Darius Slay is going to the Super Bowl when we had him here in Detroit.
Big play Slay.
But one is definitely a great testament to his career. But it's always good to see a Spartan dog who's playing that back end secondary. Coach Barnett, I know he's happy looking on. And Josiah Scott he was a guy who was kind of that Darqueze Dennard-ish, right? Like he wasn't highly touted coming out, but the mechanics, he was a guy who stuck to what he did and knew and just balled out, man, lockdown corner. So kudos to him, man. I can't wait to see him play against those Kansas City Chiefs, man.
Yeah. You know it, Otis. You said, he's a guy that's kind of like forgot about it a little bit because you don't hear his name. Sometimes that's a good thing. If you don't hear a secondary guy's name a lot, that means he ain't getting burnt and he ain't getting toasted and stuff like that. So, that's exactly, happy for the guy. You get an opportunity to do something where as a kid, you playing football, you play in the backyard, you think about raising a Lombardi trophy, you think about playing at that next level, even just playing in college and then getting the opportunity to play in the NFL. And now you get to cap it off by winning a Super Bowl. You put yourself in position to win a Super Bowl. That's absolutely awesome. And there's something that nobody can ever take away from you. And that experience itself too.
All right, here's a good one right here now. Who had the best post-game celebration? Was it Travis Kelce on Jeroni, Cincinnati's mayor, or was it Jalen Hurts? He took the mic from him.
that guy, like that was. I'm not Otis with the voice. That guy was terrible. That was tone deaf.
Absolutely.
That was
horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. Hey, man, it sounds like Jay, singing.
Hey, I can throw down. I can,
you
can I go yeah.
Got the right mic for it too.
Hey man, he took that mic like, man, cut it out, bro.
Like, please stop.
Oh man.
Look, how about Jalen Hurts, a guy who was benched after winning a national title in Alabama, had to transfer and goes second round and battles his way into the starting position. Now going to the Super Bowl, first time ever two African-American quarterbacks face each other in the Super Bowl, fellas.
Man, yeah, it's good. This is a good one.
It's a great feat. Think about how far we've come, with the battle of, black quarterbacks playing the game. I said earlier in the show, it's about getting the guys ready for the next level. And a lot of times, quarterbacks will go to college, black quarterbacks will go to college, and they'll be used for the athleticism and everything like that. And that stereotype was always, a black quarterback isn't smart enough to learn the offense, but some colleges wouldn't even put them under center. They'll be in the gun all the time and everything like that. And now fast forward to where we are now, the complexity of the game has picked up even more. So you have to be, smarter, especially with what defenses are trying to do to you. You have 2-3 plays called within one, at the line, and you break it down from there. So it's just a big feat, going forward. Now when you go to camps, when you go to these rival camps and stuff like that, and you see people that look like you see, black kids, playing the quarterback position. Now they have a true shot at the next level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jay. One of those things, this is the first time you're seeing Patrick Mahomes' dad out in the public post game, smoking that burro, and he didn't even cut the cigar to light. He tried to light the cigar without cutting it. But from a standpoint of, to your point, Patrick Mahomes, the performance he put together with that bum ankle, where he stepped up in the pocket and threw that pass. You look at greatness, man. Like, he consistently delivers time and time again, and that he's going to give his all. And so it's going to be a great matchup, and I can't wait to break that down before Super Bowl Sunday and talk about the matchup.
But that matchup is going to be predicated on the offensive line, Stray. That offensive line.
Trenches, baby.
Always does, man.
Edge,
that's when it shows up, right? Playoff
that
football,
edge for the offensive line, I think that edge goes to Philly's O-line.
Why is that? Because of
Stoutland University.
Yes.
Jeff Stoutland, former Michigan State coach.
The reason I came to Michigan State is because of Jeff Stoutland.
What did he say? What did he say to you?
He's the guy that recruited me, and then he also got my mama. This is what this man did. He called my school and got my schedule and got like everything. So he knew when I had it. So he would call on a Monday and be like, hey, you have a social studies test on Thursday. You ready for it? My mom's like, oh man, he's so into your education. You go in there, you go. So that dude had it right. And he's a New Yorker as well. Great dude. He always he's one of the reasons I learned the game of football. True, learn the game of football, because to be 100% honest, I was not prepared for college. I think I said this on here one time where I didn't know who the mic backer was. When I came in, we were in the meeting and it's like, Jay, where's the mic? I was like, oh, Mike's in the other room. So Stoutland was the one, he did the extra film study with me. The lineman had this little square patch. Remember that? Otis, they called it Pig Island, where
before they had that turf fire.
Right.
I'm way before that, guys. Come on, calm down.
So they'll go over there doing special teams, everything. And if I wasn't on special, I would be over there with them, picking up blitz, doing different things. And Stoutland, taught me, different things about the game, how to read the game, how to break down the game, how to slow the game down. And as a running back, if I took that out of it, imagine what he is at the position. Stray, your boys are linemen. If they have an opportunity to play for someone like Stoutland, definitely all pro.
Oh, without question. It's just Stoutland is that guy. You've been around him, Otis. I mean, this is. Do you have a video of him with Jordan Mailata?
Jordan Mailata, Jeff Stoutland University.
Jeff Stoutland University. See, that's mad respect for them to say, I'm not going to tell where I'm from or to give shout out to my hometown. You see people say my elementary school or, my hood, but like Jeff Stoutland University, man, like I'm only here because this guy is truly elevating my game. When you're at that level, your skill set, you're already there. But when you elevate your game, that's more so the mental piece, the X's and O's. So, Jeff Stoutland also had that stop with our guy Saban down there in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I wish we could figure out ways to get him up here in the green and white. But he's in the green. He's in the Eagles. He's in the Eagles, right?
Stoutland's a guy that if there's a coaching change, the owner said, this guy staying. He's staying.
That's like the strength conditioning coach, man.
Yeah.
Any position coaches out there that have a deal with the ownership in the NFL. That just doesn't happen.
Right.
Stoutland's that guy. I mean, you look at, the tackles. You talk about Jordan Mailata, and then they have Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson is probably a Hall of Fame offensive lineman. He's playing on the right side of this offensive line, which means he's kind of, the second best tackle, and he's a Hall of Famer. Jason Kelsey, the center, he's going to be a Hall of Fame player also. I mean, this guy prints out Hall of Fame offensive line because of the technique he teaches. And it's his way. Jay, you just told you. I mean, Jay, that right there when you said he called you with the schedule, like, are you ready for this? That embodies what Jeff Stoutland's about, and he carries that in every facet of his life. Great man. Pleasure to have him around East Lansing for the time we did have him.
Real question is, did Jay, you pass that test?
He don't remember.
I passed that test.
He don't remember.
I passed that test.
They passed every test.
I graduated top 20 in my class.
When you had a class of 25?
Yeah, I had 25 kids in a class.
Top 20.
Come on, man.
And, if you look at Trevor Thompson's comment, just Stoutland's bio says it mentions U.S. Booker, which is one of us, Spartan Dolls, all our Spartan Dolls, Chris Morris, Kyle Cook. Will Whitaker was that dog now. He was that dog.
He was.
He was that dog.
Green Bay, Toupee, Colts, Kyle Cook, Cincinnati Bengals, Chris Morris, Raiders. Booker, that's a Pittsburgh Steeler, Super Bowl champion.
So with Euless Booker, so on Pig Island, on my time in Pig Island there, Stoutland was, I went up and picked up the wrong guy blitzing. And then so he's like, what do you think you're going to do? Get two guys? I was like, yeah, I can post one here. But he's like, no, the only person that can ever block two guys is Euless Booker, and you're nowhere near him. I was like, you're right.
Wow. He said that? The only guy.
Another great Stoutland story. He talked about what they call blind faith. You know this, Trey, in the blocking scheme. If one guy comes down and the lineman's going to jump that because it's the first thing inside there, and then you have to go and take his guy out there.
Yeah, heavy,
and I was sitting there, I was like, why is it called blind faith? He's like, do you believe in God? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you think there's a God? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, how do you know? Have you seen him? I was like, no. He's like, because you have faith. It's blind faith. I was like, oh, shit. Took me to church on Pig Island.
You sure did. It's blind faith. That was the call? You guys called it blind faith?
Blind faith. Yep. The lineman gonna go down there, take that, and then
we just called it squeeze and heavy, man. I mean, that was
we called it blind faith. We call it pizza theory. There was another one, pizza theory. They take if we're both eating pizza, there's you eat a piece, I eat a piece, and there's your piece left, and I eat it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna eat my piece because it's pizza theory. You take mine, I take yours.
That keeps the football. Let me tell you something, offensive line coaches out there. That's how to keep your offensive line engaged. Talk about pizza.
And burger bodies.
That's the safety.
Pizza and God. You can't lose. You know,
you can't lose pizza and God.
You can't lose. You know, Chimney. Ono was on an official visit last week. Now, this is a 4-star offensive tackle, 6'6", 270, that is really considering Michigan State to sign tomorrow. He has not committed to anyone as of yet. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
I mean, obviously, I hope he picks us, but
we hope.
I mean, you got to think about, strategically, you have Rutgers, you got Shiano in there, you got our boy Franklin, Penn State, and you got Ole Miss. I mean, when you look at one of our Spartan Dogs' sons, committed to Ole Miss as a quarterback, and so it's one of those things where Demond Williams Jr. out of Arizona, for Ole Miss, but for us, I think we have the most upsell when it comes to needing offensive linemen. Like when he commits, like he can be a fit, like he can contribute right away. So out of all those schools, I feel like we have the most upside to the point of getting him in here. And he's a 4-star. He looks like he has the frame already. He has the body type. And, I hope that he makes a great decision coming up here. But we shall see, man. I don't want to put my eggs in this basket because they just always disappoint, man. Because you're thinking like, oh, I'm leaning that way, and then hope he doesn't do us like they did with Prime and Jackson State, where grabbing all the Power Fives, like, oh yeah, nope, and then gives you the hat with the one team that just not you. I mean, it's almost a bad breakup. So hopefully he chooses the green and white.
Yeah, definitely. In that list there too, I think if he wants to, play at the next level there, his two choices would be, I think it's down to Penn State or Michigan State. Realistically, if you want to come and assert your dominance, a team that's going to focus on running the football first to create the pass. So I think, those are the two teams that will be there. But if he wants to, Tucker has that NFL mentality, running spring ball, kind of like an OTAs program. Like I keep going back to putting the guys in position for the next level. If he wants to play at the next level and want to have that already go in, knowing what it's going to be like a little bit, Michigan State's a place to go because he can come in with our O-line, who knows how it's going to be, the mix and match and everything like that. He could, possibly work himself into the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that, you hear rumblings that his mother likes him to be closer to home. He's an East Coast kid. But look, you got to look at overall development and go beyond like the creature comforts of being close to home sometimes. And hopefully, look, the things that Chris Kapilovic, Coach Cap, has talked to him about, and Coach Tuck, has kind of piqued his interest so that he can come on and sign with us tomorrow. Also, guys, beyond Cheney, there was a guy, Brendan Dignan, on a visit.
He was like, why? Oh man, no, that was a complete difference right there, man. I'm not trying to laugh, but why? Like, I know he cold, but why we didn't get something in the swag, man?
I thought O-lineman didn't wear sleeves or anything, Stray.
They shouldn't. At all.
Hey,
so, Brendan,
he's gonna
Brendan,
have depth.
Brendan, me and you are gonna have a discussion later on, one-on-one, old Sparta dog with the new Sparta. If you do so choose, we'll talk about that. But I digress. We're not gonna jump all over Brendan's case.
Hey, look, you kind of like he don't want that flash, that glitz and glam. He just get his hands in the dirt. And
Right.
work.
We'll take him. If
take
he's going
that.
to add depth to the position, he's going to come in. You don't have the opportunity to work his way there, create that depth and everything like that. Come on in, my man. The water's fine. We'll take you.
Water's fine with no urine in it, though, too. Jehuu.
We don't need any Jehuu.
Water's fine.
Don't let Jehuu.
Water's fine. It's warm. It's warm.
Yeah, guys, there was reports out of Mobile, Alabama today. You know where that is?
Reese's Senior Bowl.
That's like northern Florida, southern Alabama. It's right in there near Panama City.
It's near the Gulf Shores, right?
That's
Gulf
that Florida Georgia line.
Yeah, Jayden Reed was tearing it up out there.
Man.
Here's some video. This is too easy.
Boy, it looked like a typewriter. Boy, he said, "Oh, computer." And look, against the Iowa Hawkeye too, man. Made it look easy, dog. Like, oh my man. Look.
They said he went against some of the best DBs in the nation and just torched them all day today.
Listen,
it's gonna be exciting to see that because he's healthy. He had some time to recover from the season, and now that he's gonna let his talent, be out there on display to showcase what he can do. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy he has this opportunity to get out there and perform and show out because I honestly think he's probably gonna be a top 4-round pick.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Pete, please put it up again because we got to look at where he gives him the look. Like, why you so far over there? Look, he looks like Antonio Brown, man. Like you talked about.
He really does, doesn't he?
It's like that icky shuffle, man. He talked about. I forgot who it was. Was that Ohio State where he said Brian Hartline or one of the receiving coaches is basically watch Allen Iverson's highlight film as him crossing over, and you see some of the receivers come off the line, and they making crossovers and dribbling the ball. And DBs, man, we're taught to look at the belly button. Don't look at the shoulders because the shoulders they get you off guard. Is looking at the hips. Hips don't lie. Shakira says hips don't lie, right? You looking at that and that Iowa DB, man. I mean, it's 101, so you don't have no run pass decisions. You just lock on your man. And why is he looking at the quarterback?
But the thing is this: it's you're at that level. It's all NFL scouts there.
Yeah,
so you're like, you see that? You see his stance? Did you see his stance? When you look at that DB stance right now, did you think he was going to make a play?
I think he was already beat with saying, "Hey, I've played against Jayden Reed. I know what he's capable of. I don't." To your point,
outside leverage.
Yes, God.
Oh God.
We talk about that stem. We talk about that stem.
That's
the stem,
football, though. Look at that, Odo. But he's on the outside hash. Does he think he's going to go outside, or he's going to run an in-breaking route majority of the time?
Man, he's on top, and you already picked the route for him. You just jumping outside. You just give him the right away inside. Just jump outside. Here you go. Doors wide open. Boom.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him play this game because this is going to your point. This is going to rise up. His stock is going high because. He is as televised. He's as advertised. Mm-hmm. You see it in college football games where he's making the biggest plays. But you see him go to work like this day in, day out in practice. And I can't wait to see him play and, rise up.
The only thing I'll tell him is put that ball in the outside arm, young buck.
But you in the middle, though, so you think about you got another safety.
He's going hash number sidelines.
Yeah.
You got that safety coming down. You want to use your right arm to fend him off.
Oh, man, you're still playing something else, man. Hold the ball. Only touch the ball for a brief.
Man, look, as long as he crossed the pot line, man, just hold on to the rock.
Grandpappy would say, same thing that make you laugh will make you cry.
All the time. Choo-choo Grandpappy. Hey, fellas, look, we got to talk to the people for a minute because we got to get serious right now.
Absolutely.
We got to get serious, and I want you guys to listen to me for a moment. And because we have an announcement to make. And for me, I've got to just say it how it is. Because, I'm speaking for Jehuu. I'm also speaking for Otis and all the people who work with This Is Sparta. We here at This Is Sparta MSU pride ourselves in being the only show about Spartan dogs, hosted by Spartan dogs. This gives our listeners an insider's perspective of the player's point of view and gives the next generation of Spartan dogs an environment they can come to if they want to, in order to talk to us or how as we talk about it and feel comfortable. We chop it up. We want all Spartan dogs to feel comfortable with us and what we're doing. Our responsibility as former players is to be able to lift up the next generation on our shoulders and propel those guys forward. Guys and girls, doesn't matter who you are. If you're a Spartan dog, I don't care what you're doing. Swimming, gymnastics, rowing, you're a Spartan dog to us because we understand what it takes, the value that you put in, that you have, and the commitment that you have made to this program, the blood, sweat, and tears that people don't see on those early mornings, those late weekends, those late nights that you get back to your rooms and you wonder what's next. We understand that better than anyone else. Over the past 2 years in college football, a seismic shift has occurred with regards to the transfer portal. It's more robust, and obviously name, image, and likeness. The legislation that has been passed all over the United States. We believe that the future of Spartan Nation, that we have to do what's right in order to continue to be relevant with the other programs in the nation. We want to create a platform where the show here, This Is Sparta MSU, can connect businesses and players who fit their brand, marketing, sponsorship, brand ambassadorship, whatever it is, for financial compensation or otherwise, which can alleviate stress on players. We understand that better than anybody. There are players today in 2023 that have stress because they can't afford to do the basic things. We're not talking about $1 million contracts. We're not talking about guys getting rich and going off and having that, generational wealth. We're talking about basic needs and then some because of what you guys are putting on the table every single week, day in and day out. We don't believe in telling you what we hope to do. We want to tell you what we are doing. And we're going to string together a few promising introductions and announcements in the future. But today, what we're doing is we're going to announce what we are doing. This is Sparta, this platform here, this is Sparta MSU. This is the first of many that we are now talking to and talking about our friends over at IHOP, combined with Keon Coleman for a brand ambassadorship for IHOP International. Bring on Keon Coleman and Cal Farah from IHOP to talk about the new NIL agreement that you guys have signed. And hey, guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. How we doing?
Good.
Awesome.
I'm doing good.
Keon Coleman, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey,
I'm
were you
doing great,
bowling
man.
today? You bowling or something?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I got whooped. I was losing. I had a terrible day. Look, I admit I had a very bad day.
Are you
Terrible
traditionally
day,
a good
But
bowler?
it was fun. I mean, I'm not no, what they 300. I ain't bowling 300, but you feel me? I can get
At
mid
least give me
100s.
150,
Make it a-
Keon. 150. Make it a little
Yeah,
bit
like something
competitive.
around there, man. I was barely cracking 100. I was like, my score said, look, all nines. Every single one was a 9. I'm like, bruh, can I get a break?
Did you ask for
I
the
hit 2
bumper
strikes.
guards?
I think I hit 2 strikes. The bumpers couldn't help me. I was holding it right.
Gutters. Yeah, so you had no spares. You had no spares in your system.
All nines. I was like, bro, it was stressing me out. I was getting mad.
Hey, so do you put your fingers do you put your fingers in the 3 holes, or you cuff the ball and launch it?
I put them in 2. I think I bowled weird. Like I put it in 2. I could put either my index finger and my middle finger, or my ring finger and my middle finger in either one of the holes. Like I put them in the top 2, and then I turn it opposite, and then I just roll and get some spin on it. I don't put my fingers in them holes. I don't trust it. I don't think my fingers will make it out.
I don't think my fingers will make it out.
You don't trust the bowling ball.
Nobody ever taught me how to bowl, let alone put my fingers in the thing. I just figured it out on my own, and I've been all right. As long as I'm not entering no bowling tournaments, I'll be all right with my little weight for now. They can give me to be my brother and whoever I take
bowling training.
That's enough.
Yeah, we'll do breakfast and bowling. Do some pancake drop off.
That's awesome.
I'm in.
So Cal, tell us,
I know you're in.
What happened? Like, why did you choose Keon, and like, how did this come about? Talk about this to the people.
It's funny. Every spare moment that I get, I get on your guys' podcast, and I like to listen to you guys, and I like to interact, by the comments, and here it is. It's somehow, some way, Keon came up a couple weeks ago when Steve was chiming in, and I'm talking about you there, Steve Smith. But he mentioned Keon, and I said, hey, let's try to get something rocking and rolling. He's a great young man, great parent, and Raven over there. So, a great head on his shoulders, and I think it would be a good match. So we did the introduction, and through your show, your guys' podcast here, we were able to make this happen.
Man, look at it. Pancake's falling.
Oh, look at that.
Look at him. Look at him.
That is fire right there.
Man.
Absolutely, man.
That is absolutely fire.
Can you dunk a stack of pancakes for real?
Yes.
Syrup too.
I could catch up with the syrup. We can do it all.
That's awesome.
Keon, awesome. What does this partnership with IHOP mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. Meaning that Mr. Cal, he likes the Spartans and he supports what we have going on, and he's trying to get into that NIL, marketing area. And I just feel like it's a great opportunity to build a great relationship with a great gentleman as himself, and just get the ball rolling with this and try to make it the best.
Yeah, Keon, man, you had obviously a great year last season, right? And I know that you pretty sure probably would love to have more receptions and more yards and yards after the catch. And, as we know that you were the focal point for the offense, man. But one, it's a shining light coming to the future for next season. But, talk about how this partnership, this NIL, being a brand ambassador, IHOP is going to propel you for the offseason, but, get ready for 2023 season.
As far as marketing goes, it just get your name out there in conversations with great people that, can make life a lot better for you, relationship wise, mentorship wise, and financially wise too, bringing in money and helping you, whenever you need to have those talks with those guys to how could I better in this area of my life, like of my business and such things, because Cal has a happy family, so he's a family man too. And, you just learn from their experiences, and it's like an OG in the game giving the young man the game. You know what I'm saying? Like just helping you elevate in different areas of life that they succeeding in.
Wow,
great answer.
Yeah, nicely said.
That's well said there. You can't. Keon, everyone on this show has been a big fan of yours, big supporter of yours. I've been, known to go on tangents about, your skills, your ability, your muscles on top of muscles marinara, everything like that. I'm really happy for you. This season, you battled through injuries and everything like that and came out and, played week in and week out. So Cal, with you, like, what did that go into that grit that Keon showed in that, us, we, our mentality as opposed to I, me, mine? Because there's some times in the season, where he could have easily been like, hey, man, I'm hurt. I'm going to, protect my stock, protect my investment. But he had that mentality, wanted to go. Did that play a role in, choosing a guy like Keon to be, part of the IHOP family?
I mean, it fits the IHOP mold. IHOP's been around and fighting for the last 65 some odd years. I mean, what keeps a brand around? You just got to keep fighting for what's yours and secure it. And the same thing on Keon. I mean, receiving. I mean, you're receiving the ball. You want to grab it. You want to keep it. You want to hold on to it. And that's what IHOP does. IHOP embraces that being number one in breakfast. So I think it goes hand in hand.
Man, look, Keon, you don't know this story here, but we were watching you playing against the team down the road, and you were giving that corner the business, and over top his head, me and Kyle are sitting in the stands next to each other, and there was this young lady
here we go.
who was yelling. I'm talking cash money and yelling in Kyle's ear, and then you went up and grabbed the ball off my man's head, run into the end zone, and it almost gave Kyle some firepower to turn around and say, hey, he talked to the girl's boyfriend, hey, if you don't shut her down, I'm gonna have to shut her down for you.
Otis, here, let me correct you on that. It was
I didn't want to give you the full. I didn't want to give you the full details. Like, I'm trying to PG-13 here, Kyle.
Yeah, you better check your.
That was hearsay.
It was, but it was more on the lines of you better check your girl before I do, because we just scored. We're up.
I like it. I wouldn't put up with nobody yelling in my ear like that either. I'm trying to watch a game. You doing all that?
Oh man!
Your team can play. Nah, I'm coming right back at you.
Man.
Yep.
So, Keon, talk about this off season right here. You made the decision to not play basketball and to focus on football. What is it that you wanted to really accomplish in this off season? What do you want to accomplish in order to prepare you for your junior season and potentially being able to leave early for the NFL draft?
I feel like, since high school, I've been doing this two sport, and I never really got the chance to, perfect my craft for 12 months straight of just one sport. And I feel like with this opportunity and my heart finally helping me decide, by praying with God, to just asking him to guide me through this hard, decision of choosing one sport that I really want to play for the rest of my life. And, I ultimately ended up choosing football because, I came a long way in football. Like, I started playing receiver maybe, you could say high school, but I didn't really know anything. I knew how to run, jump, and catch, and that carried me into college, just natural ability, trying to learn what I could off the internet. Then when I got here and started learning from Coach Hawkins, is the things you have to do to become a perfectionist at your craft is like, it takes time and it takes a lot of effort and energy you got to put towards that. And once I seen the areas I needed to get better at, I didn't want to do anything but that and school and work on my body so I could be good going into the league and I could have a successful 3 years of college and hopefully get in and out. And, so this summer was major for me because I've seen some good flashes, and me and Coach Hawk watch a lot of film with me, doing things right. So we just trying to make that right every single rep. When it comes to releasing, anticipating the shot, getting vertical and getting in and out your breaks, making a play on the ball, getting the edge on the DB any way you can by being a student of the classroom and watching tape. So you know what they're going to do before they do it because you've seen them do it 1,000 times. And I feel like without missing this spring, I get to not only go through the hardship of the winter and spring programs of the lifting and running and getting stronger, but I get to go through that with my brothers that I'm going to be fighting with in the battlefields in August, September, October, November, December, and trying to get to January and win something. So I get to go through that and fight through that, all that adversity with those guys and just show the love for them, and give them all I have through the spring, the summer, and fall camp so we can hit the ground running for the season and just being using this time to become a better leader to lead our young receiver room. And just, we're trying to go win something.
I love the fact that you said January in there because, January, if you're playing in January, that's the CFP right there. So, Keon, this year, exactly. This past year, you broke out. You were on the scene. You were developing. You were starting to be that dude. This upcoming year now, there is no Jayden Reed. There is, people are going to be game planning for you. Bracket coverage is going to be coming your way. How do you feel about that? And that, are you ready for that pressure on your shoulders and everything like that?
I think I'm ready for it because I feel like as a leader in my room now, my guys will be prepared to help take that weight off my shoulders. So I won't have to be stressing about this, about that. I know when the bracket comes to my way, that means one-on-one for the other guys on the other side of the field to make a play. And I trust, Coach Jay Johnson's going to get the ball in the playmaker's hands any way he can to make sure that bracket don't affect how the outcome of the game is.
Yo, Keon, man. So Coach Hawkins, from the crib, from Flint Town, and Coach Hawk has always been an OG, but for the family and family friend. But give Spartan Nation more of a behind the curtain scenes of, what's the difference maker in Coach Hawkins playing at every level, having success at every level, and then being your coach one-on-one. Like, give us some behind the scenes of like what does Coach Hawk truly mean to you? Because I know you broke it down, but like, what is it about him that makes him the difference maker compared to any other receivers coach out here in the nation?
I think personally, he's done it at all three levels successfully, and he has to take the stats and all that to back it up, the accomplishments, the accolades. And he's also a competitor. He has some swag, which all receivers need to have. It's mandatory. He has some confidence to him. He has some grit to him, and he really knows what he's talking about. And he's a great teacher at breaking it down. Because I'm a fast learner, so you don't have to go as slow. So we can get this show on the road. Because the faster you learn, the more you can get through the basics and get to the extra, so you can add a little flair in the game. So it looks even better while you're doing the basics. And he's just a great teacher. He's a student of the game as well, and now he's a teacher of the game to me and the rest of our receiver room. And I feel like he really made an impact on my game this past season, helping me in the off season, giving me things that I need to work on. So when I leave from campus and they can't really be there doing everything with you, I can take that and work on those drills by myself and perfect those.
Yeah, that's really good. So back when I played, when Otis played, when Jason played, we couldn't you guys can get away with a lot now when it comes to celebration and stuff. And you just mentioned, get out the details, get the extra, and that flair. Like, are you thinking like during the week, do you guys like practice celebrations and everything like that?
we don't really celebrate in practice. You score, you get the ball to the ref, put a hand on the helmet, celebrate your teammates, find your teammates. But every now and then you might be able to do a little something. It's straight. You celebrate with your team first before you do all those things. So I don't think we really celebrate, practice celebrations. But some things might be in the back of your head that you want to try. But most of you might have a lot of handshakes. The linemen like to show they're strong and pick you up and stuff. So we count those celebrations.
Damn, I wish I had a lineman that could pick me up. I was 255 running the ball.
I would have had you two.
I'm making
it picking Javon up. I'll be going up there and pick me.
Yeah,
you gotta run and jump, and then boost you up. That's how it works. They don't just pick you up from the ground now. You're still a man at the end of the day. You gotta run and jump so they can boost you. You don't want to pick you up out there like a little kid.
Yeah, I want the whole. I want to be pampered.
I don't know. Not me. I want to jump. Show off the little hops a little bit, then you boost me even higher.
So Keon, I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm gonna try to tread lightly for you because I don't want to throw you under the bus. This is gonna be a question that you got to think about when you're talking about a leadership role that you're now taking on at Michigan State, because now Jayden Reed has moved on. He's torching people as we speak in Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl. So that helps you. But when you look at the performance of your quarterbacks, you see them every day in practice, right? You have Peyton, you have Noah Kim, you have Caden Hauser, and then some. How are you going to approach developing those guys and then ultimately coming up with the guy who best suits the needs of the team in the offseason? Now that's a convenient time.
Yeah, that is. I mean, look, that's God's protection. That's God's protection right there.
There he is. You back?
You back? No, can't hear you.
No, he's not here. Yeah, he got to come back in. We got a little technical difficulties. But
I just want to ask. I want to know, Cal.
Yeah.
When we gonna get down with these pancakes here and the T-bone steak?
Listen, you can make your way over to one of the Keon signings over here. You can get yourself a T-bone and some pancakes.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm switching my order up. I want some. I want 4 eggs scrambled with some cheese mixed in. You know, I don't want that word cheese on top. And then I want that milkshake and then I want some French fries because I dip my French fries in the strawberry shake.
Otis, listen, it's not a Frosty, but it's close. Okay?
Oh no,
I know.
I love the stastrawberry milkshake now. Trust me, I'm the one put them on game, Kyle.
He did.
I'm the one I told us like, hey, bring 3 milkshakes during our first one. She was like, oh my gosh, aren't you? She was giving us credit. We can't hear him.
You back, Keon? What's up? Still can't hear him.
Nah, Kyle. The people said, "Hey, are we gonna get some Keon pancakes named after him, or are we gonna do something?"
So what I think this is just the tip of the iceberg for this young fella. So I'm hoping we can figure out a way to kind of make this a long-term thing. God willing, we can continue to get it done. The first few, get the signings done, get them in the stores, being the brand ambassador, and then kind of go from there. I mean, I'm more than happy to have him kind of create his own little thing, and then we'll make it the Keon plate.
Nationwide.
Yeah.
You talking about the guy that's gonna be in the NFL in a minute. What's up, Keith?
Oh man.
You can't hear you. But the crazy thing is we were talking this week, as we're going over the show and everything like that, and we shoot text back and forth and everything. And Otis sent a picture of like where we start. When the first day we went to your IHOP there in Brighton, and we came with so much equipment. We didn't know what to do. We had speakers. We were setting up. But the thing is, all your workers there were so nice and helpful to us. They gave us a nice section in there, coming checking on us, and we had no clue what we're doing. And for This Is Sparta people that's watching this, like we shot the first episode on a cell phone.
My cell phone.
If you guys want to see the behind the scenes, I do have the security footage.
Oh, you do?
Come on now. Hey, take it easy, man.
Yeah. There was a lot of head scratching. There was a lot of I don't know, and we made it work.
Internet, he was out here hot spots.
You got to keep the blackmail behind you. I got it in the bag.
Roll that out.
The big thing, Cal, that we do appreciate here, all the support that you've thrown our way every time, from backing us the gear, every time you're here watching the show. Commenting, messaging in. I was gonna wear my shirt, but I wore it last week, and I didn't want people to think I just wear the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying?
You do have a washer and dryer.
Well, people don't think that stuff. Steve Smith like, damn, Chew, you don't wash your clothes. I know how this is. And Otis, I'm right. So,
we need that Keon platter down in Louisville, Kentucky. They said, man, look at that.
Damn, man. Let's make it work. We'll try it up here first and then take it around.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get back on. He's not having trouble getting back on. We just wanted to say, before we say goodbye to him.
Yeah. Well, I guess,
answer that question. I don't know if he heard it.
Nah, he probably did. He was about to.
You're giving him time to think about his answer.
Yeah, but Kyle, think about Spartan Nation.
All 3 quarterbacks,
right? So Spartan Nation, obviously, people are viewing live, and then you're going to see stuff coming out. You're going to see some marketing collateral of obviously the dates, times, locations where Keon will be posted up at the store, the IHOP, and so we're going to get as many Spartan fans to that restaurant and show up and show out, show love, and you know, it's just, like I said, it's nothing but the start for Keon, but also his fellow brothers and sisters in the green and white.
Yeah, I mean, come out to one of the stores. I got the dates and times here. I don't know if you guys want me to announce them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can announce them and we'll get graphics out socially. But yeah, go ahead.
So February 18th, it's a Saturday from 4 to 6. He's going to be at the Grand Rapids location. So the address is 5039 28th Street Southeast. And then Saturday, March 4th, from 4 to 6 p.m., he'll be at the Brighton location at 8075 Nemco Way in Brighton. Now, each one of those will be there signing. In addition to that, anyone attending is going to get a coupon for a $5 bounce back, come back to an IHOP. So I think it'll be a great event. And I think the more word we can get around there, the more we can kind of, give a Keon a little bit more support, as Spartan Nation can.
Absolutely.
I will definitely be at that March 4th one.
Yeah. More you guys show up, the more the more it benefits Keon. So the Spartan Nation show up, and as Otis Wiley said, show out. Yeah. That's all we need to do. Keon, are you back?
Yeah, I'm ready for the question, man. It was sorry. Okay. I want to know. I want to hear this. I'm ready.
Oh, before you ask that question, what is that? Because when we were doing, so Jason does the play-by-play for the radio. I do the sideline, and
I do the analyst.
You do the. He's the color analyst.
Yeah, you try to get George on his head now. Trying to get George calling him.
So Stray does the color analyst, and then I do the sideline. And so I'm listening to it, and you guys do this, and this is Dan's going out there, and I'm old now. I still use the word lit. Because I think that's what's in still. See, there he goes. But the dance that you do, and you pretend like you pull the hammy and stuff. What's the name of that?
What is that? Yeah, hot.
He uses hot. You use lit.
I don't use fire. That's beyond me. I'm too old for that.
It's called a stand man.
The stand man. Because when it happened, because I was down there having the set, and one of you guys did the dance. Someone's like, "Man, did he injure himself? Is he hurt?"
I didn't get to finish it though.
That was the Michigan game. He did it right.
Yeah.
He grabbed him. He was like, "Oh no!"
I had to look. Jamar Chase pulled it out against the Saints. I was like, "Dang, he beat me to it." Because Stan man be all on TikTok and stay from New Orleans. And I was like, I'm gonna do it next game, man. I had to put it out.
Man, from
Louisiana. Man, well, so wait a minute. Louisiana got some athletes, bro. Like, so from what I hear, sources tell me when Keon traffics around the streets of Louisiana, it's like celebrity signing, like Michael Jackson used to be, Jordan. Is that how it is in Louisiana for you?
I mean, I wouldn't say all that. They must be shocked to see me because I just pop up home. Like, it don't be announced that I'm home. Like, my people most of the time don't even know. I just, pop up and just be there. And, so when people see me, they'll be more so shocked. They'll speak, but, I don't bite. I'm a friendly person, man. I'm going to speak to everybody.
Straight, go ahead. Ask the question. Ask the man the question.
Okay, so the question is, Keon, as a leader now with Michigan State football, how are you approaching the quarterback position and taking that to the next level? You got Peyton Thornton, you have Noah Kim, and you also have Caden Hauser. How are you going to go through this offseason with them in order to come up with the best quarterback for you in the Spartan program for 2023?
All right. So honestly speaking, I can't name a quarterback. That's not in my job description. So
that's right.
That's up to their quarterback coach. So I mean, honestly, I feel like they all can get the ball where they need to put it, and they all bring different things to the table, and I don't dislike any of it. So honestly, it don't make a difference to me. We're gonna connect regardless. We all working this off season, so it's gonna it's gonna move. It's gonna move perfect.
Right. Like a true service leader.
Beautiful answer.
Yeah. Whoever throws it, you're gonna catch it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your philosophy, Keon? We heard you say on the radio post game that you said somebody said about, hey, it's 50-50 balls. You said something what did you say to that when he said a 50-50 ball?
I don't even know what that is. It's 100-0.
So, hey, yeah, you know about those?
On the bad day, it might be 95-5, you know.
On a bad day.
The ball might accidentally, you know, slip out the quarterback hand or something. Something miraculous might happen, but you ain't gonna ever pick it. I'm gonna make sure you don't catch it. Either I got it or nobody got it. Line it back up. We don't throw picks around here, no.
Oh man.
What's your go-to route? Like you gotta have it. Then say, hey, what route you gotta route someone else?
You can't get no trade secrets, dog. Come on, True.
Yeah, that's why I hit him with the little.
Yeah, True. Can't give him the trade secrets.
What?
Hey, BB's gonna be watching this film right here.
Big brother's watching.
You want me to just give it away like that, man?
Everybody 3rd-and-1, they knew I was running the ball.
Everybody else know my favorite route, but I can't dispose that.
Hey, look,
I'll sell go ball. We're gonna sell go route.
Because that's easy. That ain't nothing. Yeah,
we can say that. We don't know for real. We don't know for real.
Hey, you say what Coach Hawk say? Block, no rock.
Yep.
Man. So we got some fire questions for you.
Just throw a Keon down there somewhere.
Exactly.
It's because I'm eating them King Kong pancakes. That's what I'll be eating. That's what I'm gonna be eating.
What's your favorite pancake?
Yeah.
Chocolate chip or regular. You can never go on with regular. You know,
you're talking about buttermilk?
Buttermilk or chocolate chip?
That's regular. Buttermilk is regular, right?
Some people don't put that buttermilk in them pancakes now.
What you mean? Ain't that how they come?
I'm gonna teach them how to make some too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna film that. You're gonna be back in the kitchen.
We ain't filming nothing. No, that's top secret. We're not filming nothing.
Oh man,
I need to stop using so much syrup though. I only be eating like maybe 2 pancakes. I be overdoing it.
Yeah.
Never too much syrup.
Keon's sporting about that 4% or below body fat. What's your
right,
body fat?
right. You'll see. But so I saw on your Instagram there you got some shoe game there. So what's your go-to? I don't got shoe game like you young bucks do. I wear Kohans, so old man shoes. So what's your go-to shoes?
Rockports.
Rockports. Stacey Adams.
Oh yeah.
Go-to shoe? I mean, we gotta go like out of all brands, or like we could go like certain brands.
Give me your top 5 in your rotation.
Top 5.
So for one, we gotta go Prestos. They're the most comfortable. I love some Prestos. We can go Jordans. I wear 4s, 3s, 1s, 11s, and 14s. I run some 12s. Then I got a good bit of pair of Yeezys, but I like Vapor Max number 4. Then we could go number 5. What's 5? 5. Some Forces. You never could go wrong with some Forces.
I was about to say your cleats, your cleats, cuz.
That's not shoes. That's mandatory. I'm in that all day.
Oh man.
So what's your take? What's your take on king cake?
I ain't the biggest fan of it. I mean, it's not bad.
Man, look,
I like the cinnamon roll. I only eat the cinnamon roll. Like I don't eat the vanilla. What they have? Vanilla, cream cheese or something like that. Shortcake. I don't eat all that. I like cinnamon roll. I like regular. I like the plain stuff.
Hey,
I don't like nothing. I don't even eat chocolate-filled donuts and then I like just regular. Just give me the regular stuff. I think all the other stuff nasty.
So 20 years after Keon retires from football, whatever that is, he's gonna still look the way he does now. Okay?
That's a fact. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah. He ain't gonna overdo it, bro.
All right, here's some questions, man. We want to you want to let Spartan Nation get to know you. Obviously, this is the brand, right? So, we talked about, we met your mom, we met your brother after the Penn State game, and me and Jehuu missed the cookout with the gumbo, right?
Everybody
I heard your mom's just made some again, didn't she?
She might make some again. You gonna make some again before you leave? She gonna make some again.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
We're gonna do a
Fellas up.
show with Raven and Keon, and then we're gonna do a little some gumbo tasting.
Yes.
Oh,
What makes it great?
At Brighton.
At the Brighton.
Yes.
Ooh, bring the gumbo there.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Bringing the gumbo to the sun.
Put my Dukes on screen. Let us say what it
Look,
is.
She don't want to be in the screen, man.
I know.
Man, we had Mama Hall on. She got to come on now.
Look, Mom, come on.
Just a quick.
Look, they asking for you. No, come this way. It started this way. Come right here. It's short, right?
Doug knows.
Doug got some gumbo before we got gumbo.
Doug had gumbo.
There she go. Hey,
don't run now.
Need that gumbo, Mama.
Oh man.
At the Brighton location.
You think you're gonna have it at the Brighton location?
March 4th.
Yep.
So everybody knows it's real.
I'll trade you some chocolate chip pancakes for that gumbo.
There we go.
Got a deal, Cal.
That sounds like a business manager in the background over there.
Right.
Hey, Keon, we really appreciate the time, man. We thank you for coming on the show, man. This is awesome, this deal with you and IHOP. Cal, also, thank you both. Thank you guys for coming and doing this. It means a lot to us for you to announce this on our show.
Anytime. I've been trying to get on the show.
Yeah, it's great that you guys set this up.
I just ain't know how to ask.
Hey, well, you tell your people to get with our people, man. All the brothers on the squad, holla at us, man.
I got you.
There's Keon's socials for everybody at Keon Coleman 6 on Twitter and at Keon Coleman 3 on Instagram. Follow him.
Give him some love, Spartan Nation.
Give him lots of love.
You already know you love him, but go ahead and give him that crown already, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Give him his flowers now.
Keon, appreciate you for coming on, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night.
You too, man. Go
All right,
green.
see you soon, Keon.
Go white.
Yes, sir. All right, Cal. Appreciate you for everything that you're doing, man. Thank you. Great announcement, guys. You know, Cal, you picked a winner.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks for setting this up, and without this podcast, man, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh man, we appreciate it. Hey guys, I mean this is an awesome time. Any final thoughts for you, Otis?
Man, I think it's I guess I'm gonna be like gratitude case here, man. We started this thing where you, me, and Kyle set an IHOP at Brighton. And we start drawing this thing up and, with Playfly and, the platform and how do we make this thing more digital, more friendly for Spartan dogs, but also for Spartan Nation, the real voices behind it. To now see it come to fruition and also being able to influence our guys on the field and girls and female student athletes as well. The best is yet to come. And I can't wait to start making more announcements, as we go throughout the season, off season. But yeah, I'm just thankful that we have great men like Keon and other guys on the squad that's leading our program. And our program is in great hands. And IHOP is just, partners like Kyle. You guys have been buddies and boys for a long time. And so that's just the power of, we talk about 6 degrees of separation, but that's just the power of who you know and network with. And, we didn't go at Kyle and talk like crazy numbers. It was like, man, look, this is going to be brick by brick. And he trusted us from the jump, man. And so that's just a huge testament to who he is as a leader, as a businessman. And Keon is in good hands as a brand ambassador for IHOP. And we're going to get some more partners involved as well. But thank you, IHOP. Thank you, Kyle, for taking the lead, my man.
Anytime, guys. Anytime, fellas.
That's a familiar background you got there. Appreciate that, Cal. I like that over there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You got to get my magic on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not only a sponsor, I'm also an alum. So.
Yeah, you sure are, man. Thank you. Hey, Cal, you take care, man. We'll be seeing you soon. I know this isn't the first. I mean, this is the first, but this is not the last.
Correct.
We have several more announcements coming up, and we're not going to spoil the excitement, but look forward to seeing you real soon.
Announced exclusively here on This is Sparta.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
Exclusively. Exclusive. Yeah.
Yep. All right, take care, fellas.
All right, see ya.
All right,
See you
Cal.
guys. Go green.
Go
Go
White.
White. Choo-choo. What say you?
Yeah, man. The big thing is, going along with Otis' gratitude, everyone's in their feels right now. So I guess actually getting my feels too. The thing I love about this podcast is when we came together and talked about this, and so glad, the three of us, had the opportunity to do this. And the big thing that we talked about is we wanted to make it a show that we could, people, if you're listening, if you're a casual listener, or if you're a diehard fan, you could sit back like you're sitting in the barbershop or like you're sitting in the locker room and just listen to people that really care for each other, really care for the program, just talk shop. And you can have a part in that. And I think that's what we're doing. And we couldn't, be successful without the people that follow us. We couldn't be successful without the people that back us, like Cal and IHOP and everything like that. So really appreciate it. And for the people that are listening, it's imperative, you guys go on to the YouTube page. If you haven't subscribe, watch it again the next day, send the link to a friend, so they can watch it, have them subscribe, because it's people like you guys that keeps us going, keeps us motivated every Tuesday and every Thursday to jump on here, because we know we have a great following that's coming behind us. So it's going to be, it's going to take people. If we want to get to the next level, we can't do it just the three of us. It's going to take all the listeners that are listening in there to help propel us to that next level. Spartans will.
Man, we had some Louisiana peoples in the building tonight, man. They was watching, man.
From the boot,
baby.
From the boot, baby. I love it. Man, that was awesome. That was great. Hey, that makes all the sense in the world there, Choo-Choo. And thank you, Otis. And look, guys, like that was a very special moment there for Keon and his family. And we look to bring that kind of joy and that excitement for more Spartan players, Spartan dogs, as we continue this journey, man. I mean, I appreciate you guys as we continue this show. And who knows? I mean, it keeps growing, and I'm excited about it. I know Otis is. I see Jehuu is, obviously. So why not do it again? We'll see what happens on Thursday, man. But for this show, we're going to wrap it right now, for Otis Wiley Jehuu Caulcrick. I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta. Have a good night. God bless you. And go green.
Go White.
News. Please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support. And as always, go green.